What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Chin here again today from Nothing But Facts. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Thursday evening. Recording here, crazy work day. So I'm going to record this Notre Dame video now. The Fighting Irish are looking to come into 2026, obviously, with national championship aspirations. They did not like how their season ended last year. After, I don't know how you want to say it. They were just left out of the playoff. Let's go back to their 2025 schedule. They were left out the playoffs, and they had two losses from two teams that made the playoffs, Miami and Texas A&M. They lost these games by a combined 4 points, which is extremely unfortunate. But they finished the 2025 campaign on a 10-game win streak. Just destroyed guys, and they are coming into 2026 with national championship aspirations. There's no doubt about it. You talk to people in South Bend, they believe this team is good enough from a defensive perspective, from a talent perspective, just roster construction, what Marcus Freeman has done at Notre Dame. This team wants to compete for a national championship. And let's break down their schedule. Starting week 1, they have Wisconsin, and this game is going to be played at Lambeau Field. Sort of those, those neutral site games in week 1 of the season. And this is going to be a really interesting game for the Wisconsin Badgers. You know why? Because they were going to fire Luke Fickell last year. They were going to fire him, but the AD said, you know what, we're going to come behind him. We're going to rally around him. We got to add more resources to our Wisconsin football team. And they went ahead and got a dude from Old Dominion in the transfer portal. And I'm excited to see how that plans out at the quarterback position. But I mean, like if we're just being honest, like this team is not going to last against Notre Dame. Carlton Joseph is his name. Carlton Joseph came in from Old Dominion. He was at Old Dominion last year. Really did a good job in the Sun Belt, but I think Notre Dame handles business in week 1. Week 2 against Rice, they handle Rice. Week 3 against Michigan State. Michigan State now has Pat Fitzgerald as their head coach. They got rid of Jonathan Smith. They said, we thank you for being an alum. Thank you for trying to fix our program, but it's just not where we need to be. They made the switch, bring in Pat Fitzgerald. Pat Fitzgerald is one of the better coaches out there in the country. He fixed his alma mater in Northwestern and brought them into a very competitive group. I remember they had some games against Ohio State, Michigan back then when he was the head coach at Northwestern. Now he's the head coach at Michigan State, but this game is at home for Notre Dame. I don't think they have a problem. I think they handle business. Then they have 2 road games against Purdue and North Carolina. They're going to handle Purdue. Purdue is one of the worst Power 5 teams in the country. Barry Odom, I'm still hoping he can fix this terrible situation that's going on in Purdue. And it's so crazy. Like, I remember growing up watching the Big Ten in the late 2000s, and Purdue was competitive. Like, what are you talking about? Purdue played in the Big Ten championship 4 or 5 years ago with Jeff Brom as the head coach, and they had Ryan O'Connell and this team, that program is suffering. They are bad, and I think they handle business at North Carolina. Bill Belichick, there's a lot of things going on in North Carolina right now, right? There's a lot. There's a lot of moving parts. I just read today his son, Steve Belichick, he is on medical leave. Hope everything is fine with him. But I don't think North Carolina has the horses in the race to compete with Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame handles business. We're talking about 5-0. Then you have Stanford at home. Stanford also has a new head coach in Tavita Pritchard. He was the Washington Commanders quarterback coach. He is now the head coach at Stanford, and there has been a lot of money being funneled into Stanford. Andrew Luck is the general manager there. Andrew Luck, of course, former number 1 overall pick in the 2012 NFL draft. They are going to be a very feisty team. They're going to try and be in games, but Notre Dame handles business. Saturday, October 17th is going to be a movie. Notre Dame on the road against BYU. Mark your calendars for that game on October 17th, because that is going to be a physical football game. Kalani Sitake, the head coach of BYU, he is a guy that I really have come to appreciate. I've appreciated what he's done at BYU, turning them to a powerhouse. I want to say a national championship contender because they haven't been to the playoffs yet, but BYU is definitely a powerhouse. They're a respectable team in the top 25. They're competing to get into the top 12 teams. And man, like Bear Bachmeier, this is going to be probably the biggest game he's played in. You know, I'm just trying to think. I mean, outside the Big 12 championship last year, this might be the second biggest game he played in his career, because this is going to be a 100% playoff implication game. If BYU loses one game in non-conference, one game in conference, and beats Notre Dame, they go on 11-1, BYU is going to be in the playoff because they beat Notre Dame. But I don't think that happens. I think this Notre Dame team is focused. I think they're relentless. I think they want to prove to the country that they deserve to be a 12, one part of the 12 best teams. They deserve to do it, and they get a emotional win on the road against BYU. I think that game is going to be fought in a phone booth. Really, really interesting. Then we have Navy. I think they take care of Navy. So now we're looking at 6-0, 8-0, going now at home against the University of Miami, the team that beat you last year in the first game of the season by 3 points. Marcus Freeman should have his guys ready to go. I mean, there was no other motivation than getting your get back from the team that kept you out of the playoffs. Miami kept this team out of the playoffs last year, and you get them on November 7th. Again, I am telling you guys right now, if you are working on November 7th, if you have a wedding, if you have an anniversary, whatever you have on November 7th, cancel it right now. November 7th is going to be an absolute movie for college football that weekend. We have games it's going to be ridiculous. Like, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Like, the games that are coming up on this day are going to be absolutely insane. Indiana at Penn State, A&M at Missouri, LSU, Bama, like BYU, Texas Tech, Oregon, Iowa. Like, this is going to be a sick day of college football. Like, hearts and dreams are going to be broken on this day. Hearts and dreams are going to be broken on this day. Oh, my goodness. This was the wrong year. Oh, my goodness, guys. Please forgive me. 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 Oh, well, not too sure. But, guys, just understand that November 7th is going to be crazy. November 7th is going to be crazy. Let's get back to business. Miami. That's going to be a really interesting matchup. Mario Cristobal wants to beat Notre Dame. I think Marcus Freeman gets his get back. It's going to be cold around that time of year, but we cannot take away the fact that Darian Mensah is going to be the quarterback for the University of Miami. You can't take that away. He is a dog. Darian Mensah is going to be a Heisman finalist. I'm telling you right now, book it in the bank. Take that, put it on whatever you want. Darian Mensah is going to be a Heisman finalist. I'm just telling you that. But I think Marcus Freeman and his group, they get it done. And we're looking at 9-0. Then you have Boston College. You handle them 10-0. Then you get a home game against SMU. And SMU is another team. Rhett Lashley. Remember, guys, SMU was in the playoffs 2 years ago. Like SMU was in the playoffs 2 years ago. And we should definitely look at them as a team in the ACC that will be talked about toward the end of the year, because Kevin Jennings is the real deal. You can say what you want about quarterbacks in the country. You talk about consistency, talk about a guy that shows up on Saturdays. Kevin Jennings is the real deal. He's a consistent quarterback, but I don't think they handle business. I think Notre Dame beats SMU. We're looking at 11-0. Then on the road, last game of the season against Syracuse, I think they handle Syracuse. I truly believe this Notre Dame team could go undefeated. 11-1, 12-0. Like, I don't see them losing to BYU. I just don't see this roster how this roster has been constructed, I just don't see them losing to BYU. CJ Carr really came out later last year. Jordan Faison is going to be a real good wide receiver for them. He was one of their better wide receivers last year for them. 49 receptions, 640 yards, 4 touchdowns. Like, I expect this team to deliver. And this D-line has just been unreal. You bring in Keon Keeley from Alabama. Like, Bryce Young is still there. Bryce Young was the 5-star recruit. They thought about he was going to transfer. No, he stayed. Like, this defense is legit, guys. Adon Schuler had a wonderful year last year. And how can I talk about this secondary without talking about Leonard Moore? This is a guy who's going to play on Sundays. Leonard Moore and Adon Schuler are going to play on Sundays. Like, these are Sunday guys. These are Sunday guys. They have one of the better secondaries in the country. They've played together. They've played big-time football games together. And that's why I just think Notre Dame they're primed for a run. I think they're primed for a run. They let all that stuff happen last year. They're primed for a run in 2027. All of this is going to depend on how Marcus Freeman has his guys ready to go. Because there's some times where I just feel like, can they get to that gear 5, right? We talked about Georgia yesterday with that offense with Mike Bobo. I feel like sometimes, last year they got to gear 5 against Tennessee, but you need to go gear 5 against Alabama, right? Just hypothetically speaking. For Notre Dame, you need to go to gear 5 against BYU, against Miami, against North Carolina. That's how you go to gear 5, when you take it to a whole nother level. And I think this group, with how that season ended last year, I think Marcus Freeman are going to have his guys ready to go. They're going to be competitive. They're going to play hard. They're going to play fast. They're going to play physical. And I like this group. And we also have to remember Mike Denbrock is still alive. Mike Denbrock is the OC at Notre Dame. He coached Jaden Daniels to his Heisman Trophy year at LSU. He's been around the block. Mike Denbrock's been around the block. He's been around the block, and he has really done a good job over the last 2 years with CJ Carr being a quarterback. And I really like how they played. I like how they played. I like how Notre Dame has built up to this moment, built up to this team. But again, all of this is going to be dependent on CJ Carr. It's going to be dependent on CJ Carr. Can he deliver? Can he be their number 10? Can he be their number 1? Right? In soccer, they have the number 10. Can he be their number 10? Can he be the guy that just stares the pot, keep going? Can he be the guy that when they need a play, when they are in the fourth quarter, 4th and 1, 4th and 2, 3rd and 10, whatever the case, can CJ Carr make a play? So that's all it's going to come to. I think he is a really good quarterback. Saline High School in Michigan. I really like his game. I like his game. I like his swag. I like his demeanor. He's a cool kid, and I like the way he plays. And I'm really excited for Notre Dame in 2026 to take the next step. They played a national championship 2 years ago against Ohio State. They were really close last year, started off the season rough. But I think this group, with this roster, with this secondary, with this wide receiver room, Anais Williams is a really, really good back. I think he's going to be that guy for them. I know they had, Jadarian Price and Jeremiah Love, but Anais Williams is going to be that running back 1 for them. Like, remember this name. Remember Anais Williams' name. Like, he is going to be a bell cow type of running back. He's going to take a lot of the carries. And I'm excited to see. Again, Marcus Freeman, how does he have his guys ready to go? A lot of big-time football games on this schedule. Wisconsin, BYU, Miami, SMU. You got to get your guys ready to go. Mike Denbrock has to have his quarterback in a good position to be successful. He's done that. But how can now CJ Carr take his game to the next level? He can do it. I think this team is good enough to go undefeated, 11-1. We'll see what happens. Keep liking, keep commenting, keep sharing. Love you guys. God bless. Peace.